Welcome to another edition of Thunder and Lightning. I am your host, Danny. Of course, next to me is Nikki. Nick, what's going on? Happy Sunday. What's up? How's it going?
Proud of you. Finally got the intro down.
It's been a few weeks. I'm on my A game so far. What's going on?
Okay. I know you're rocking the. Is that someone's jersey or okay? Got it. We can't. All we can see is New York right here. So.
Yeah, no one wants to see my chest like some people want to see yours. But
some
how's
people
it
want to see mine? So.
So how's everything going? I have two fun topics before we get into craziness and life type of conversation, sports wise. Everything else going good with you?
Yeah, just another Sunday, another work day. But we got. I feel like. It's funny, Danny. I get asked a lot, and you probably do too, but like when Super Bowl is over, everyone's like, how long are you guys off for? Like, are you taking a break? And it's like there is actually no break when you're sports podcasting and when you do what I do on the side and the sports reporting. Like I always try to tell people there is no downtime for us because I got, I told you the media schedule for the Giants comes out and it's like, here we go. Like there is like, I feel like there is no downtime, like maybe a week or two here and there, but there's really not, and we joke this morning. I said, well, I assume by tonight the show will write itself. I mean, and it did, but we don't really take a break. I feel like there's always so much going on.
Hey, Vinny, how's it going? Thanks for the awesome comments you've been leaving on our show. It's going unnoticed, but I'm keeping it all the good negatives and bad negatives. If it's really good, we'll write it back, but we're keeping that tradition going. Chris, what's going on? Haven't talked to you in a minute. That's on me. Hope all is well. Please like and subscribe. So, where do you want to go? You want to go whole New York broadness or Abdul Carter first?
You're giving me control of the board tonight. I feel like the GM, the draft GM.
Yes.
Well, why don't we start with Carter? It's the hot topic. People are mad he's an Eagles fan. And At least it's out now, unlike Kadarius Toney, right? Wasn't he the one that was like, or was that Eli Apple? Eli Apple, right?
Wasn't Eli? There's a lot of people.
Never a fan. I hated this team anyway. Didn't he say something like that? I remember.
He said a lot of stupid shit, so it could have been. For those who don't know, let's get into the nice part of it first, and then we'll get into wacky tinfoil Giants Twitter situation.
Okay,
so
give us the nice side.
So this week, Abdul Carter and the Giants met at least 3 or 4 times. Dave's went to Penn State, had breakfast with him. That was the rumor. If people aren't aware, I'm pretty sure one of Dave's sons went to Penn State. I don't know if they're still there, but obviously Dave's knows the ins and outs of Penn State. So they went to go grab a breakfast with them, learn everything about him. And then also there was videos going viral. I don't know. I saw it either on Instagram or Twitter that people were taking selfies with them at a frat house. So that was pretty funny. And then Friday, he had his top 30 visit with the Giants. Everybody blew up that he took a photo of the Giants linebacker meeting room with LT in the fold, getting people going crazy. Oh, wow, he's in the Giants facility. The linebacker tradition is on its way on being the next guy on that list type of thing, and everybody's getting excited when. We've seen many Giants or previous prospects or free agents, whenever they want to be part of the Giants and they're a linebacker, they always show an LT selfie or LT photo or everything at the Giants practice facility. LT is everywhere. So I took nothing of it, but a bunch of people on Twitter did.
So what exactly did they take of it though?
oh my god, he's gonna be a giant because he took a photo of LT on the locker room.
Oh
Like,
Lord, help these people.
so I know you're not really. They're just grasping at straws. So
Yeah,
that's the one
really.
side of things. It's like, oh my god, he was in the Giants facility. He knows the Giants history. Oh my god. All you have to do is Google LT and Google the good things about LT. I don't want to spare you. I'll spare you all the bad things about LT, but all the good things about LT, that's number one on the list. He was number one of the all-time Giants, so it's obvious. So kudos to him
For
showing his.
Googling, I guess.
Yeah, like his agent could have easily been like, "Hey, dude, when you go to the Giants linebacker room, because you're going to be, there's going to be like thousands of photos of LT. Just snap it, put it on Twitter, and everybody's going to
His
believe."
PR team definitely told him to do that because I would advise someone to do that too. Like it's people just this is where like the fandom gets a lot of people and it trips them up because at the end of the day that's really just an optic thing, right? He's selling himself. He did what he was supposed to do, was get the fan
Right.
base hyped up. But you guys have to, not you realize it, but the rest of these people really need to realize it's just for show. It's a dog and pony show. It doesn't mean anything. I
Like
hate to like say that, but I mean,
Neighbors last year when they asked him, "Oh, Neighbors, what do you think about the quarterback situation?" And he goes, "You could tell by his look because he wasn't really heavily trained yet, but he's like, oh, that'll work itself out." And obviously, it never did. But yeah, it's funny learning the rookies coming into the league. They're trying their hardest to do the right thing, and
yeah,
they
they
don't
are.
know how to play poker yet. So it's just really one of those things.
They're my
What's
favorite. The rookies are my favorite to interview because and talk to because they don't have media training yet. Maybe a little bit depending on who they are coming out of
they
college.
are and where they went to school. I would think
Right.
Abdul Carter went to Penn State. He
Right.
is
He's polished a little bit, but some of them just, like I said, I don't think Neighbors is ever going to let go of the I said what I said and that's what I said, right? And I'm with it. But you could tell, like, when the rookies come in and you're there and you're at rookie mini camp and the way they are, and then you see them year two, and you could tell the media training's kind of, gotten to them a little bit. So,
I say this yearly whenever they do the town hall for the season ticket holder. It is my favorite event. Excuse me, because they'll have the vets. They'll know like, oh, whatever, yeah, well,
right.
yeah, whatever. We'll play hard. We'll practice hard. Like Dave's literally when I went to the 100th season thing. We're gonna be a good team. We're ready to go, and then we win 3 games, type of thing. And then when you get the rookies, they're like, oh, okay, like, oh yeah, they'll say a little bit more. And I'm like, oh man, you probably shouldn't have said that, but that's awesome that you said it at the same time.
That's what I'm
But
saying. I love it because you can get these little nuggets out of them that a
right,
vet is not going to give you.
like
Like I
I'll
said, with the exception of Neighbors, and I feel like OBJ to an extent too. It was
yeah,
like I'm saying what I'm saying, and that's it.
right, for sure. So the tinfoil hat comes out. I guess these are the people that want Hunter or Shador, or I haven't seen anybody really want Dart, but in that
You do.
category, we'll see. I
Here we go. 8 million we'll see.
no,
Here we
no,
go.
no, no. But let me get to it. It seems to be the case that there is a section on Giants Twitter that found out that he is an Eagle fan. There's been comments that, oh, he could line up for them today during the playoff run. I don't know if that picture is real with him in an Eagle championship shirt and in the Super Bowl trophy. I don't know. I'm not going to say it is or isn't, but there's a photo with his name on top of the shirt, Carter 11. Isn't that? I don't know if that's the other Carter on the Eagles number. I don't think so. Uh, and then everybody's, oh, freak this. We're not gonna draft. We can't draft this guy. He's an Eagle. Oh, he's an Eagle fan. We can't do that for the next 5 years. He's gonna leave right away. Like guys, just calm down. Like you guys never like got paid for sports ever in your life or paid for anything ever. Because the second you get paid in sports, your affiliation of the team you grew up in rooting for diminishes by 90%. Maybe when you grow up and you retire, maybe that fandom comes back a little bit. But once you get paid by a team, your fandom dies right away because you're in the game now, type of thing. So that thing is just, I hope it's just people just doing fodder for funny, zany internet takes. But I saw enough of that this weekend that I was like, all right, guys, like, this is going to be fun if we draft him in 2 weeks. And it's like, oh, he's an Eagle fan. We can't like him. Oh, okay. But when he gets 15 and a half sacks and 12 tackles behind the line of scrimmage on the running game, but we'll come talk to that later. Oh, Chris, sorry, ADD. 11 days from now, this drama will finally be done, and we can get back to business. Twitter conversations over whom the Giants are going to pick changes daily, and it's annoying. Agreed. But yeah, the Abdul Carter thing was pretty funny. Oh, we can't draft him because he grew up an Eagle fan. No, that's not how it works.
Well, it's not how it works. And this fan base is full of fucking idiots. Like,
Yes.
because like you said, it is so apparently clear these people have never been paid, right? In sports or of any realm. I don't care if you're a photographer, media, it doesn't matter. Once you start going down that path, I promise you, and I did not think it would happen to me, your fandom does get chipped away. So I feel it as media. I can't imagine a player making millions and millions of dollars. And also they're hypocrites, right? Because it's like, these guys are going out there to win. Nobody's going on the field, right? When it's a down season, their argument is the players go out on the field to win. Well, same here. It doesn't matter if he grew up an Eagles fan. He's going to go out on the field to win because that is his team. Like, they've never negotiated contracts. They've never been paid a sum of money to do a job professionally, and you have to just put like your emotions away and put your emotions aside. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the theme of this month is too many people let their emotions get in the way of business decisions, and not drafting someone because they're an Eagles fan.
We are
stupid.
Yeah, we're in the draft fatigue part of the draft month, and it
I
always happens.
I can't listen to it.
It always happens.
I can't.
It's
do
always
it.
this week. It's always this week, and then next week everybody gets refocused on everything and dials up.
People are just throwing anything out there for clickbait, and I'm like, there's so much stuff, and it's like, I'm not giving it a like, I'm not commenting, I'm not retweeting half of this shit because they're just doing it for nonsense. It's like, bring some like realism to your takes and your opinions. Like, you sound like such a fucking homer fan, and you're a homer, but you're not unrealistic. Like, we can't draft this guy because he's going to be an Eagle. No, you at least have the sense to say,
I'm towards the middle. Thank you. I'm pessimistic when I want to be.
No, but you have enough common sense to be able to say,
thank you.
This is
a business. It for doing 2 years of the show with you.
You didn't let me finish. I didn't say you had common sense in everything. I said you have common sense in this particular situation to say this is a business decision. He's getting paid to play for the Giants. So he's going to do what he needs to do to, stay on the team. And so what if he leaves? Like, I don't know, Danny, and you could tell me, this is, we've done this a few years now. I don't know if I've just and I probably have just like a little emotionally detached. Like, just everything is so transactional to me now. Like, so if a player leaves, they leave. Like, I mean, why are you getting upset about something that, first of all, may or may not even happen?
Honestly, after this season, what Saquon did with the Eagles, honestly, and it was okay. We were okay with him leaving. It sucked, but we were like, all right, he was never going to do anything here. And then he did what he did with the Eagles. I think anybody other than Eli Manning himself, it's like, okay, whatever. It's done. I think for me, Saquon was the final straw in that, like, camel's back of like, oh man, it really sucks that he's gone type of thing. And then he does what he does, and we're like, oh, well, that's what we got. Type of thing.
But I think people lose sight of the fact that at the end of the day, this is a business. This is the entertainment business. This is the sports world. But these fans that, like, I don't know. They're like, what? Like, tweeting from their bed? Like, they've just never experienced any of this ever in their life. It's like some of them have never signed a contract in their life. Like,
one of the people that I saw, I don't know the person's handle. I don't think I follow him. But he was calling fans that Wfan Abdul-Carter cucks because he grew up an Eagles fan, and then he was gonna leave us in 5 years, and we're just gonna let him do all that. I was like, okay, this is extreme.
But that's just to like rile everybody up and get engagement.
Right.
That's the shit that like
Right. I know, but it's funny.
Say to all the like all the general population out there, don't engage with that shit, because then you boost those people up. People like us who like actually kind of know what we're talking about. Like, we don't get as much because you guys prop up these dumb fucking tweets. Like, he's gonna leave in 5 years, and so what if he does?
Anything could literally happen. From remember when we drafted Kayvon, it was as if like, oh my god, he's the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
and in 2 weeks he could potentially become Woody in Toy Story, where it's like, oh, the new shiny toy is here now, and he's supposed to be what you were 4 years ago, but you'll still be here, but you're going to be backing up a bit. Chris, for me, and not wanting Carter. Yeah, Chris. Yes, because you're logical. I know, Chris. We know, Chris. Right. Chris, you're a sane one.
So what are the rational fans saying of why they wouldn't want Carter?
It's not because of Carter. It's because we have been struggling to have a quarterback for this long, and you swing until you hit on one, and it doesn't matter how many tries you get. You got to keep swinging at it. So, not saying that word for word is what Chris is saying, but we've had similar conversations on the side, and that sits the roundabout way of like the consensus of people that want to draft Shedeur over everyone else. And I don't hate it. But I think if there's a blue chip guy like Carter or Hunter there, and they do not love Sanders, do not take that risk. But I think they will. I'm always wrong. I think they're going to take a risk on Shedeur, because that will be the quickest way for them to save their jobs.
Well, we'll see, unless, they crash and burn this season. I mean, how do you crash and burn with like Russell Wilson? You got Jameis, who's a competent backup. I mean, I don't know. You're going to retool the offensive line for the 800th time, like in a decade. I mean, I don't know.
I will say this. We always complain that we don't have an identity the last couple years. Saquon, but to a degree,
right?
It's like we finally will have the identity with Carter, but that could be overrated. Chris goes, the QB position is more important than any skill position player. Get it right, the building, the rest of the team gets easier.
Yes, I'm with you. I mean, again, it's like, we don't have like a formal draft prediction show, but we could just use it as this. I think they'll take Shedeur. I would like them to take Shedeur. I've been on the Shedeur train since for months now. I haven't really wavered. I didn't waver on Neighbor. Like, I just don't, as long as I've been doing like this podcasting before I met you and these draft prediction shows, like one thing all my co-hosts can say is Nikki like never wavered. Like her choice was her choice, right? Like, and I just think, like we said, okay, so if Russell Wilson gets you 6 wins this year, I mean, you're going to need a quarterback anyway at some point. Best case scenario, what? We have an amazing year and, he gets extended and then it doesn't matter. In 1 to 2 years, you still need a quarterback. Like, that problem's not going away. It's just where we're at. As you say every week, it's QB hell.
And the hate that Shedeur gets, whether it's warranted or not.
Oh my God, why?
Well, we know why. The 2 things we know why. I'm not going to say the second thing, but the first thing is easily because of his dad.
Because he's got like a personality?
Oh, well, race is also a thing into it. I'm sure has a bulk of reasoning into it as well.
Well, okay.
I don't subscribe to that, obviously.
No, neither do I. I just want whoever's the best quarterback.
The guy could be black, purple, yellow, green, blue. As long as we win. I don't care.
Who cares? Like, I can't. Some of these people, man, I'm sorry. Like, you don't all deserve to have a voice. Like,
Right. I agree.
that's all I'm saying is, yeah, freedom of speech, but it should be limited to some of these fucking idiots out here.
Right. So,
well, I just think I
there.
hope they take Shador because
Right.
it's got to get addressed anyway. Now, if they trade back,
I'm not gonna be happy.
No, I don't think any of us are going to be happy. A trade back would be, I mean, what would what would that even have to look like?
I mean, a trade back would have to be staying within the top 10 to get. Hopefully, you think Shador is dropping, free falling to get an extra pick because you're giving up a chance to get either Hunter or Carter. Like what happened when we traded back with the Gettleman's last draft when Micah Parsons is right there for us to take, and then you take Kadarius Toney, and then you unfortunately double down, and then it's Evan Neal. Granted, Evan Neal, everybody he was a can't miss prospect, so it just our fault and his fault just busting out. But seriously though, like that hurts. That hurts big time. So
yeah, I mean,
I really hope to God we don't trade back, unless it's
we trade back. I'm losing.
Or like, let's say we trade back with the Patriots for whatever reason. Fine, what's one pick? But I don't want to trade all the way back to like towards the bottom of the top 10. Would be just crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I mean, you just really, like we said, like you never know. I mean, I just don't need how good that trade has to be. I mean, the outrage I think this fan base would have for multiple reasons. You want to pass on Shador, fine, but then you pass on, the skill players. Like, there's just too much at stake at 3. I mean, if they traded back to 10, 11, 12, 13, like
the people that want Shador, like, I mean, hammering the table down, want Shador, they'll be, I can't see them being upset for getting Hunter or Carter, but I would understand them being, I really wanted Sanders, that they fucked up in that regard. But knowing that they got one of the two quote unquote blue chip guys in this draft, and everywhere I've been listening to, every podcast I've been listening to, it's 2 guys, there's 2 guys, there's 2 guys, there's 2 guys. It's Hunter and Carter and everybody else. So even with Cam Ward, it's like it's Hunter and Carter, and then it's everyone else. Yes, Ward is the best quarterback on the draft. He's come away with it, but it's Hunter and Carter and everybody else. So that would be malpractice if like they don't like Shador.
Malpractice.
If they don't like Shador and they still stupidly find a way to trade back and it's not Carter or Hunter, like we got problems.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to be mad if they don't take Shador. I would like them to take.
Because you're in hopes of getting Hunter or Carter, and you're like, okay, well, these guys are stupid freaks. So.
Yeah, I feel like either way, you're not really going to go quote unquote wrong with either of these guys. I just, Russell Wilson's not the answer for the long term, right? I'm just like, let's not have 6 years of Daniel Jones again, right? Like, let's just get out of this. So, we'll see. We're almost there.
We are wrapping up the draft fatigue episode, and then next week we'll all systems go. So that's the Giants aspect of the pod. The New York sports aspect before the Knicks clinching a playoff spot a few episodes ago, but they're officially playing the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons are doing the funny shenanigans of the location on Ticketmaster. If you don't
aren't they limiting tickets or something? I read.
Yes, yeah, they are locating your region of purchase, and if you are in our area, they're not letting us in. I love when teams do it. They're scared. Yeah, honestly, we didn't play. We played them a couple nights ago. We didn't have our 3 top defensive and toughest players playing against them, and they were acting like they were playing the 1991 Chicago Bulls with Jordan and Pippen.
Oh, I know. Like they're out
And
here acting
honestly,
like they're
good for
Bad Boys
them.
2.0,
They've been dog shit literally for decades and a
ever.
half. Yeah, since we were in high school, basically. And,
Basically.
so good for them for finally stepping up and being a good team and making the playoffs and not having to play in the play-in tournament is huge. So congratulations to them. This is where the Knicks need to rally together, find a way to gel. I know they've won 51 games this year and it's phenomenal and it's great. We've been saying it all season long. There's just something missing in the toughness department. And hopefully the track record's gonna say it's gonna run out of gas, and I hope not. But let's just have fun and let's root the fuck out of these Knicks and find a way to will them into a second round. And when we play the Celtics, who own us,
getting bounced,
we're gonna most likely get bounced in 4 or 5. Hopefully 5. Dare I say 6 would be like if we get 6, that would be wow.
Wow.
I'm not wishing that. We got to take care of the Pistons first. But the season's been very funky. And Malone got fired from the Nuggets. So that's. Remember, we were like, well, there isn't that one guy the Knicks are going to try to get higher if Tibbs runs out of gas once again for the third year in a row, leaving the second round and all this other. Because he's already going to be becoming the scapegoat. You could already feel it. You could see it. There's been too many moments this year, but let's see what happens with that. And the Knicks just got to play crazy. And I think with Brunson being back healthy, hopefully we get the mentally right cat. That would be great. OG's been playing phenomenal, like we've been mentioning. And Josh Hart's going to play 48 minutes because it's playoff time, babe. But yeah, so hopefully Knicks in 4. That'd be great.
That would be great. Yeah,
They play in a 5-game series. I'm not saying you. I'm for everybody that's not aware. It is a 5-game series for the first round. So Knicks in 4 would be good.
I don't feel confident against the Celtics at all.
No. The Celtics. We're gonna predict Celtics a sweeper. Celtics in 5.
Yeah, that's not my thing with the Knicks, though. I mean, we say it all the time. Is like, do you have these moments at the ends of games where you're like, oh my God, Brunson's so clutch, so clutch. So it's either all or nothing, right? It's like they either pull it out in miraculous fashion or they lose in heartbreaking fashion. It's just like, come on. And they blow these leads. They always blow these big leads, and you're sweating it out with like 2:50 to go. And it's just like, how do we get here?
That
It's
22
like,
point.
they have like some mental. Sometimes it's like some mental breakdown in the last couple minutes.
Have no depth in the bench, even though a few players have stepped up.
No, I know. It's like, just it's gonna bite them in the ass. Like, and it has.
That's what the minutes please lacks to mention.
What?
And that's what the minutes please lack to mention every time they bring up, oh, this guy's playing too long. Oh, this guy's playing too much. Blah 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 blah. Well, you been watching the games, and then you're like, oh well,
no, they haven't. That's why they're making those comments.
Blowing that 22-point lead against the Cavs, one where it's like, finally,
I know what the fuck was that? Like, come on,
we could finally get that one win against the top 2 teams. We went 0-8 against them this year. That's rough. And knowing that and on how good of a season that actually is, it's the missing piece of it being a successful season is the best way of putting it.
So. Yeah, I mean, so we'll just enjoy it for what it is. I mean, I do think they can beat Detroit, you know, but like I said,
see what Detroit is.
Stops there.
It's going to be their first time being in the playoffs. It being at the Garden, we all know that is a different animal. Especially the first 2 games. They're going to be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's a different...
It takes a very special person and player to just say, F it, I'm at the Garden, I'm going to go 50, and I'm going to be the new villain. I'm going to be the next Trae Young. I'm going to be the next Jordan, LeBron, yada, yada, yada. You know, the common people that blow us out. So, yeah. They didn't say when the games are gonna start yet, so I don't know anything about that yet. But
Play-in starts what, Tuesday?
yeah. So it's I
Okay.
guess this weekend would be the time. Oh, Easter.
It
Oh,
is. This starts this weekend. Okay, so there's basketball playoffs start this weekend. There's WrestleMania and it's Easter. Listen, I'm sorry, the holidays have to go. There's just too much going on. Like, the Knicks are in the playoffs. I mean, who cares about Easter?
okay, yeah. I mean, this is more of a real. If you're religious, this is more of the religious holiday. But I agree.
Well,
But
let me preface this then to everybody. I'm not religious, okay?
neither am I. Neither am I. But I'm just saying.
What does the fucking Easter bunny have to do
Oh,
with
that yeah. Well, that's different. It's
and like
just
all of that? You know what it is? You know what it is? I started in Catholic school and it got rammed down my throat.
yeah.
And
Oh,
I used to ask questions and I used to get yelled at by when asking questions, which I thought were
Catholic
logical
school
questions.
must have loved you.
Oh, they hated me. And they were like, you do not ask questions in Catholic school. We moved and I went to public school. But, I think to start out that way, I was just like, whoa, like, what do you mean I can't ask a question? Right. So, yeah, it's kind of been like that. I'm just like, I'm not like super religious.
Yeah, neither are. We're not a religious podcast. Yeah, my family is so religious, so like it was just like okay, I never understood like why we're going to church. This is boring to me.
Oh,
Like
God, I hated it. I
I
hated going to
remember
church.
I remember when I was like 18, like I
Ugh,
said flat out, and my grandma thought I was like gonna burn in hell.
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm done going to church. Like it doesn't do anything for me. What do you mean you're not
What do
going?
you mean
Like
you're not going?
I
Oh, my
basically had
God.
it. I basically had an intervention on why I was not going to church anymore.
Same. I think I was about 18 because I think that's when you can finally be like, okay.
Yeah.
And, it was like the whole family wanted to blow. What do you mean? What? I was
Like
just like,
I find it to be a waste of an hour. We're boring Catholic church where other people go to like fun
other
churches
people have fun at church. You're not allowed to say
like
nothing. Like, you
uh,
can't, like, I
like
don't know.
I
We
had a
can't clap and dance. There's none of that. You're not allowed.
the bromance had a conversation about church like a couple of days ago, and it was just like I can never like feel that close to church ever. My
Oh,
church
me
is so
neither.
boring, and it's just like
Me
you guys are
neither.
having fun, and like oh this is fun. This is I could see people like all right. It's like a whole day event. I wouldn't love that. I mean, I'll take the Catholic Church 1 hour,
Catholic
but
church, 45 minutes in and out. I get that. But that
that's the
Catholic
only
guilt
thing. The
is
Catholic guilt,
crazy.
forget it, forget it. But
it's when you specifically have an Italian family and you get
yes,
the Catholic guilt on top
yes,
of it. If you do not,
and Irish people are
if
just
you don't come if you don't come from that, you don't really understand what we're
like
talking
one
about.
of
But
my
if you are religious, have a great holiday. I just am not, so I'll be at my
like
sister's, I think, but
like today was Palm Sunday, right? And
I didn't even know.
yes, I prefer the church of football tip.
Yes,
I'm with you,
these
Chris.
sports are a religion. Like,
So we were trying to figure out hanging out with Nicole's aunt. We see her like once a month. Like we'll figure it out, do dinner, and
mhm.
then like she's not religious anymore either. Oh my god, it's Palm Sunday. Do you want to go? We're like, we're not taking our sons to Palm Sunday, like one of the longest, boringest masks of the year when we never take them. Like, come on, stop. You don't go to church either. Just because it's Palm Sunday is the only reason why you want to go.
Oh, that
So
kills me. The Catholics that want to say shit to people like us and they only go on East. I call them Easter and Christmas Catholics. Like you go twice
yeah,
a
yeah,
year and you go, oh my God, you're not going to go to Ash. Oh, this is my favorite too. And people are like, oh, what'd you give up for Lent? I'm like, nothing.
yeah. I haven't
Nothing.
given up Lennon.
Because I was forced to do I think that's the thing when you're forced to do things and you're not allowed to ask like why am I doing this, like
Yeah.
you just end up going the other way. You're just like, okay, well,
This was CCD, and
oh,
I
CC,
don't
my God.
I never believed in confession. I absolutely confession is the dumbest fucking thing on the face of the earth. And it's just like I'm not going. I'm not
Father,
telling the
forgive me. I
priest.
bought another
I'm,
jersey because I'm a homer.
yeah, yes. I'm sorry, Father. I told my brother to stop being stupid. Oh, how many Hail Marys and how many things are you giving up? Oh, just because I'm so better now. I'm sorry, God. Like I
Chris has
never.
it right. He says, "What are you giving up for Lent? Giving a fuck." Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
Like
yeah.
I
We are the
just
rejects of the Catholic Church, and
we
so
are. So if you're a misfit and the rejects of the
we're
Catholic,
not alone. We're obviously not
no,
alone,
I
but
don't think we're alone. I think
our
there's a group
generation's
of
like,
us.
yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah, I just don't. So the only time I go is like if my
A
friends' kids are
funeral or a
being
wedding. Yeah, gotcha.
baptized, or communion sometimes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Kids'
fake
friends.
give a crap about the Catholic Church soon when my sons go through CCD, so that's gonna be fun.
Okay, why? But why are you putting them in CCD? If
See, well, we're gonna have that conversation. I wouldn't care, but I'm sure I'm gonna lose that battle.
okay, I mean, I just I don't have kids, but if I did,
If
I
the
wouldn't put
grandparent
them
if the
in.
grand this is one of the few things the grandparents are gonna be like, is it really worth the hassle? And we're not gonna be the ones sitting through the half-hour class every week. Let them go.
Well, I just think it doesn't make sense because it's like if
Uh,
you don't believe in it,
yeah,
it's like
we'll
leading
see.
by example, right? It's
I
like
agree. I
they're not going to
agree.
give a shit if you guys don't give a shit. Like, actually, what is the point
And
of it?
that's really the funniest part about CCD growing up as kids. Like, I would probably be like one of like 4 or 5 kids that actually had to go to church every week and like had to give a shit. And then everybody else would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going on Ash Wednesday, or I'm going on Palm Sunday, or I'm going on Easter." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Oh my
I'm
God. Did you ever have to go
so
to the
jealous.
midnight mass? Oh my God. The
Oh
East.
yeah, yeah. Nah, I never did
Well,
that.
was my CCD was always in somebody's house, but my sister has her kids are in CCD
Yeah,
and they
nah.
like actually go to like a
Yeah,
like
the old they my church used to have a Catholic school, so they have a school that is just dust. No one uses anything other than like CYO and CCD. So we had like an actual school, and it was always volunteer parents. So it's not like it was
yeah,
so
oh yeah, it's
unserious.
volunteer
It was
parents.
so unserious. It was like, all right, just let us get our CCD and like
Our CCD class I think it was the 8th grade. We
yeah,
we were bad.
confirmation.
Confirmation, yes. We were bad. I mean, you
It
want to
was
talk about
just
the
like, come
misfits.
on. It was just like, come on, just let's just do this and get it over with.
I have
Yeah.
to tell you, and I went all the way through because you do
See,
something
this
you're
is why
senior.
we're the New York sports show about nothing. We talk about the Giants, and then we talk about us not liking to going to church as
What
kids.
is the thing you do your senior year? Like there's confirmation and then there's something your senior year that you do something with a C because you graduate.
Confirmation.
No, that's in 8th grade. There's something your senior year. You like do it with your
In
whole CCD class.
church.
I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah, we were in church. I don't
We
know what it is.
once in 8th grade we were done with CCD, so
No,
I don't know.
no, yeah, no, we had to do something else. This is my point. My
Communion,
whole
confirmation were the only two things, and
okay, there's
tenant.
something you did your senior year, but this is my point. From the
Oh,
time
community service. We had to do community service.
no, it was something else. It was yes, we had to do community service, but there was like this whole big thing.
Wow, Chris is a popular one. I've been
So
to
that's my
gospel.
point is that my whole life I had to do these things. And I honestly, gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what any of it meant or why I did any of those
Oh,
things.
right out the window.
Just Chris has been everywhere. My
I
goodness.
know. So you want to laugh? I got like a decade ago at my old job. I got invited to one of the girls' weddings, and it was at a Baptist church in Harlem. So me and Nicole, being the Italian Irish Catholics and whites, uh,
Saying white
uh,
people. Right.
we got there early, not knowing that's not how they work. And we were there, like we beat the bride, we definitely beat the groom, and like the people were like vacuuming, and me and Nicole go like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?" And we were just waited it out, and just like this is weird. So it was really that was my one time not at a Catholic church or like a Jewish synagogue, was at a Baptist church in the middle of
Oh, wait a
Harlem.
minute. So, well, I've been to weddings where Jewish wedding, and
Right? Yeah, that's
then
fine.
have you ever been to a Jewish Catholic wedding?
Yeah,
Oof. They're long. They're so long because each one has to like have a thing, and then
yeah, do
I think
their
they merge
thing.
you and they're breaking
But
plates.
now,
I don't know what the
yeah,
hell they're doing.
Well, the most recent one I went, my mom was the person that did the service, so we didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, I don't know. The Jewish Catholic wedding was
Ironically, that was the one at Point Pleasant. So yeah,
well,
my
you have
mom
a
did
wedding
this.
coming up soon, don't you?
Yeah, I do. No, it's actually more. It's not real. It's a religious thing, but it's more. They're considering it more of like a ceremony, and then the main wedding is in September. So I'll take it. Yes, and that was the other thing about that wedding in Harlem was it was a dry wedding,
Oh, a
and
dry wedding. Oh my
and
God.
me and Nicole were like, oh, okay, this is just way too like, all right, this is.
By the way, wait, what was your job before the one you have now? What did you used to do?
I worked at property management. I was like a glorified intern for like 3 or 4 years, and I
You were
was
a
just.
property manager?
I wasn't a manager. I helped. I was basically the assistant to the property manager.
Oh
Like,
my
yeah,
God. You've
right.
been holding out on me. I
Yeah, because
didn't
I
know this.
wasn't one. That's how that's how I begged my wife. She thought I was a property manager, and then she saw me at work, and she's like, "Are you lying at me?" I'm like, "Well, basically, we're so short staffed that I'm basically the assistant to the property
The assistant does everything. I can confirm that, especially in property management. You basically do
manager."
everything.
Yeah, so I was basically everything but the maintenance person. So yeah,
Interesting.
in Harlem. Yeah,
Hmm.
fun times.
Okay. Well, what are your Easter plans? I think I'm just going to go to my sister's for like breakfast, and
So
mimosas. Do
we
you have to
can.
go to church? I'm not going to
No,
church.
no, we're not going to church.
That
You
shit would
kidding?
burn down if I wanted.
Yeah. Not with the kids. They're animals. There's no way we're taking them to church. Uh so we confirmed it's gonna be at my mom's, just small version of us, like the normal Sunday dinner crew. So it's low
Okay.
key.
All
And we
right.
found out my mom is gonna sleep. I have the boys sleep over on Easter Sunday. So like Sunday into Monday. So I have like to watch WrestleMania all by myself, and I don't have to worry about a blessed thing. So it's kind of sick.
Oh,
But
oh
yeah,
my God. WrestleMania all by yourself. I
yeah,
guess that's a
Saturday
big deal.
and Sunday. It's gonna be sweet.
Oh, it's a
Um,
2-day thing?
yeah, they turned it into a 2 day thing. It was a
Okay.
2 day thing last year. We just didn't do a show on Sundays, so you wouldn't have known or cared. But yeah, so we
I
went on a
remember because you sent me a
30
picture.
we went on a 30-minute tangent about the Catholic Church.
Well, we are the New York Sports Show about
Jesus
nothing
Christ.
and everything.
No pun
There are
intended.
other people who are going to watch this and be like,
What?
"Yeah, I come from a
But
Irish
we did it
Italian
respectfully.
family."
We did it respectfully and first rate of our own experiences. We
Oh,
didn't
you
bash
don't
it.
have to qualify anything. We said what we said. We're not.
Yeah,
If you're offended, then don't watch this show.
yeah.
Like if you're easily
Um.
offended, this is not the show. Where
Oh,
is
thank you, Chris.
WrestleMania this year?
Vegas, Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
the main conversation I wanted to talk about, on WFN, Evan and Tiki, obviously, um, WFN isn't what it used to be. I listen mostly, but I saw it on their socials. Evan is a big
You're
baseball
at like
fan.
10 stores, by the way. It's crazy
Uh,
tonight.
it came out. So we all know Evan Roberts is a big baseball nerd, and I guess someone's been asking him this question. And big baseball up until when the Dodgers and Yankees, the Dodgers and Giants moved to LA in 1958, there was three baseball teams. So someone asked him, would New York, the tri-state area, be able to handle a third baseball team or a third football team? And they mentioned the Meadowlands. That would be the only place I would see a third team in MLB that would work because there's a lot of
Baseball.
space.
Yeah.
Baseball. Football, I think it wouldn't matter because it's not how it is anymore. It's not like, oh my God, I'm a Giant fan. Oh my God, I'm a Jet fan. I think I'm just gonna gamble my face off with fantasy or regular gambling, and it's more of a player fandom now, except for the rare breed that liked it before all that. So I just I think we have enough teams right now, and there's enough teams that don't get the right attention that an extra team in either sport will work in Like, all right, for example, the Nets, the Nets and Mets. Granted, the Mets are the first. Well, the Jets and Mets are the first non-traditional team that would be picked after. Then it's like the Nets, the Islanders, the Devils, the Liberty. No one really cares about them.
It's a
So, like,
shame.
it is an absolute shame, and like I think for that was a good sports talk radio segment, and I'm carrying it here today. But I think we have too many other secondary and third teams in our area that don't get enough attention for us to even like have that as a consideration. What do you think?
So it's like I said to you in our chat,
Right.
where I could totally see a baseball team at the Meadowlands
Yeah. The only
because
thing is, yeah.
the miners do so well here. Trenton Thunder,
Hmm.
Blue Claws, like people love the Lakewood Blue Claws because there's not. Listen, it's a pain in the fucking ass to go to the Bronx. Like
Right.
I'll do it if there's a
And
networking event
Flushing and Flushing too. Yeah.
yeah, so I'll do it if there's a networking event. You know, my friends always host networking events there, or you know, I do get asked to cover. It's just such a pain. It's a pain in the dick, right? Like it's annoying for me to go to Brooklyn to go cover the Liberty, right? So
Mhm.
I could totally see New Jersey embracing, you know, a baseball team because you could be a Yankees fan, but you just might want to go watch a baseball game because I will say baseball's 1,000 times better in person. But you don't want to go to the fucking Bronx. If you live in
Well,
Redmond, I don't want to go to the Bronx, but I'll go to the Meadowlands and watch a game. Like they would become like probably your secondary team. Like there's a whole market that you could probably appeal to. Now, do I think like they were saying stick the third football team on Long Island? No, like
right.
that. No.
No, and I think if there was a football team in Manhattan or the Jets one day like they get out of their lease with MetLife, because the New York football team, the soccer team, is building a brand new stadium across the street from Citi Field. Citi Field, they're building a brand new. The Coens are in this big project. The
Okay.
New York football team is going to have a soccer stadium there, and I see. I'd even mentioned the two soccer teams. They're in the same
Yeah,
category
who
as the
gives a shit
Liberty.
about soccer?
That's
Like
my point. Like it's
that's what I'm
starting to
saying.
grow.
Yeah, I
Like
know there's a lot of secondary teams, but to that, they don't get the attention because it's soccer or because it's WNBA.
what
Like the
I'm
point of that conversation and what Tiki was saying was like
uh,
you'd almost have to eliminate football because no matter what, like
uh,
it would be successful, right? Like
because it's
their
10
whole
games a
point
year.
was
Yeah.
like it wouldn't matter because you would just be a successful
Uh,
business.
yeah, I'm skeptical with baseball, and the only fact is you have to cover for at least 81 dates. And you cut that in half with all the other sports, and you got to cover 81 dates when the Mets and Yankees still have issues on that random, like this weekend with the Yankees. It's not the Yankees' fault, but with the shitty weather or it's
Horrible
cold,
weather,
so
yeah.
horrible weather, or the team is not good, or the
But
matchup
I'm
isn't
saying,
great.
like, I think if it was the Meadowlands, you could because
Definitely.
listen, Western, you don't want to fucking drive out to see the Phillies either. So the point is, the baseball
Hmm.
teams are like they're
Right.
not like in convenient areas for anyone
Hmm.
who lives in Jersey. They're just
No.
not, you know?
Right.
So like we kind of become the redheaded stepchild a little bit. Sorry to the redheads. But yeah, like if you're a Phillies fan, like so my sister and her husband and the kids are Phillies fans and they have tickets, but still and they're in Manahawkin, like LBI area. It was still a pain in the ass for
That's a
them to
hike.
get
Yeah,
still
that's a
a
hike.
hike. I'm not saying they would go to the Meadowlands, but I could
Right.
totally see a family in Red Bank like, hey, let's go watch whatever game for the
Yeah,
day in a nice, beautiful day, you know?
and
And I
we've
don't have
seen
to go
it.
to the Bronx. I don't have to go to Philly. I don't have to where the Mets play Queens,
Yeah,
Flushing. Yeah, like
Flushing.
it's
Yeah, no,
annoying.
I get it. I get it. Um and we've seen the Devils and the little extent of the Nets when they were there with it works, and when Devils won 3 championships and everything like that, everything. Let's see what Chris said. Yeah, that's basically what they were talking about. You put another team in the metro area, it would be in Jersey, Westchester, or Long Island, in my honest opinion. Yeah, that's what they said in the video. Um, Long Island would be interesting. The Islanders were are pretty big. They're not big enough, so it would be like the same business model as the Islanders would be.
Right.
They would still be in Nassau. I do not see a team in Suffolk because with Nassau, like you're still close to the metro airports, or there's a smaller airport, there's a smaller commercial airport, like 15 minutes from the old Coliseum. So
Okay.
that's why the Islanders moved closer to Queens, obviously, in the area around that with Belmont. So,
I do love how it's called the Meadowlands Sports Complex, and all it
right,
is a football stadium.
right, and they and they turned it into American Dream.
An
And the
American.
coolest thing, was they still use Continental for bands to practice in and stuff. That's why they haven't demolished it yet.
Right. Okay.
So, did you like going to the Continental growing up as a kid?
No.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks for the cool comment. Uh, it was what it was. But I would go over the river to watch the Knicks play and a couple of Devils games when I was in college. I mean, the Prudential Center blows it out of the water. That was
Oh
like one of the
God, yeah, so much.
that was one of the original like modern stadiums in our area. And then
Yeah.
they got the ball rolling in the area of modern stadiums.
Yeah. No, definitely. So we'll see. Do you think that MLB having an expansion team? Do you think that's coming?
I think it is coming. Just not coming to New York. There's gonna be like Nashville. We know the A's are gonna be going to Vegas. They're playing in a minor
Hmm.
league ballpark for the next 2 years. They played the Mets this week. Um, Seems like the vibes are better in where they're playing right now than what happened then. I used to love, yep, and I saw a lot of good concerts there. Yeah, few wrestling events were there and all the other stuff. So yeah, no, it was cool. Didn't hate it. Uh, yeah. So what was I gonna say? So like people are like rumoring like Nashville would be a good spot for it, and like all the fire hot topic places where you'd be like, oh, this is a happening new area and city that should have a new arena or a sports team there. We see how good their NHL team is. Why not why not another team?
Can I ask you something about Vegas?
Go for it.
Yes, I know it's the betting, gambling capital.
Mhm.
I know all that. I know they want it to be a sports town. Do
I
you
think
think will it ever actually be a true sports town without the game? Like I just feel like yeah, everyone's there to gamble, like you
um
said. Like I feel like it's like okay, let's go watch a game, right? I feel like
I
that's what the market is. There's so many people like flying. There's so many tourists. There's so many,
I
you
I
know.
think I think we're not big hockey people, but the Golden Knights won a Stanley Cup. They've been to two trips to the
Yeah.
cup. So I think since it was like a brand new team, they could call it their own. So I think with that, there's sparks that could happen. The
Okay.
Raiders are the Raiders. They can't get it together. If see what the Raiders is, they have a brand. They are the brand. If they're ever good, it's gonna be like even when they're dog shit, they're the brand. It's like how we are. It's just they have that cliche. If they are ever good again and they win a game or a playoff run, it's going to explode. And then that they're in Vegas now, it's even going to be crazier. So, and unfortunately, it's the same with the A's. The A's were always good, and then unfortunately, ownership and the city of Oakland just were always butting heads, and it just never worked out. And like what happened with the Raiders is going on with the A's. So, seems to be a
Right, but do
common
you think
trend.
it's going? Yeah, but that's kind of my point. It's
I
it's
think I
not
think
a homegrown fan base.
I think they'll be okay if they start winning. And is it organic like the Golden Knights? No, but I think I think they'll be fine. I think there's enough there, and that's the one problem with the Raiders is you can fly there on Saturday, go to the game Sunday, and leave Monday, and you get your fill of being in Vegas for 3 days and got to see your team most likely winning. So I get it. That's how it is here.
Not really. New York's a basketball town. You can
No,
definitely
no. What I'm saying is fans coming to MetLife Stadium from the other team. Oh, because I get to go to New York, go across the river, do what I got to do. Oh, all right. They're playing the Jets or Giants on Sunday. All right, we'll go to the game and then we'll fly out of Newark that night or in the next morning. That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
it's a little harder here. Like,
No,
logistically.
it's definitely a baseball. It's definitely a basketball city for sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I just don't know that Vegas is really ever gonna have that like
Yeah,
homegrown.
because they're the
Like,
transplants. That's fair, but I think I'm not going to cut them
well,
short.
but they're marketing it to be like, very like celebrity like, right? Like bring your clients, bring your, it's just I feel like it's like the corporate sports capital, right?
Yeah.
Not like I feel
They're
like that's
making
what
us.
it's gonna be.
They're making a run for our title for sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like aside from Super Bowl and stuff, I mean, yes, I do know people that bring their clients to Yankee games and things like that. People bring their clients to sporting events. I
Yeah, Nick
understand that.
games.
It
Yeah,
just
no.
feels like, yeah, but it just feels like Vegas is more geared towards client entertainment. If I
Right.
had to bucket that
Oh,
market into
oh.
something,
The
so
Golden
I don't
Knights
think you're getting
intro
like
is
you're not getting like the true blue fans
yeah,
all the time, is what I'm
and the
saying.
Golden Knights intro is like Academy Award winning, like Circus Soleil type of esque like intro every night. So it's like you're getting Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like Vegas, so I could be a little biased, but it just feels a little corporate, showy, flashy, where, New York is way more gritty and you're going to get those true blue fans. And
Unfortunately, they're getting phased out, but yeah,
who's getting phased out?
the blue collared working man,
Well, that's
working
ticket
woman.
prices and that's the economy. I'm just talking about the fan base.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
All right, let's talk about what you had for dinner. Did you have Sunday dinner?
Yeah, we had pasta with meat sauce. That was it
Oh
tonight.
my God. Ew, what kind of noodles?
Cavatelli. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but
I have
it's
heard
like
of it. I know what it looks like in my head.
yeah.
Um, and like red sauce and meat.
Yep. Very boring tonight for your
Wow. Did you have a
this
side
month.
salad or
Oh
bread or
yeah. There
vegetable?
was side salad. There was that and garlic bread with mozzarella.
The boys ate that? They eat that? No way.
Anthony does. Johnny doesn't. So my mom had to make buttered noodles.
Oh, that's right. The butter noodles.
There's a whole bag because my mom's so used to Anthony doing it too. It was just Johnny, so there was a lot of leftover. So there's a container of buttered noodles ready to go.
There
For
you
us.
go. Then they have stuff for when's spring break? Are they on spring break yet?
Johnny starts tomorrow, Monday. Yeah, spring break.
Okay. So they
So
go back the 21st.
they go back the Tuesday for whatever reason. I
Oh,
guess the
okay.
extra
Oh,
day
because it's
for
Easter
Easter.
Monday,
I guess.
even though nobody's off for anything. But
Right.
hey,
So.
I gave everybody off for a Good Friday.
Oh, such a good Catholic you are.
I put in my email to everybody. I don't personally do anything or celebrate, but it's historically been a slow day and it's pointless.
Right.
Really, I'm trying to get a massage and a facial on that day, so try to schedule it all. Listen,
Cool.
I have a membership to one of those places. You know what I'm
I bet
saying?
you do.
I get
I bet you do.
I do a hydrofacial because I have dry skin and a
Oh, yeah.
massage because I have this tight spot on my back
Mm,
that the girl I go to, she's been
mm,
trying to work it out.
got it.
Well, that's why I did upper body today because I'm supposed to strengthen like that side.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
you
Sounds
can get
good.
your head out of the gutter, okay? And by
I
the way, I
know, but
don't
it's.
care who gives me a massage. I've had guys give me the massage before too. Like,
I know.
does it matter?
I know. Anyway,
Oh
take it
my
away.
God. What kind of pause was that? It's just a
No, everybody wants to know that you're gonna go to a massage parlor this weekend, and you're gonna be excited for it. That's all.
Yes, because I love massages.
Just letting it breathe.
Particularly when you're in pain, and then they like. Have you ever had a bad knot like in your neck or your shoulder? Yeah. So like when she's been trying to work it out, and it's getting better, but it's still not there yet. And then a facial. Listen, you gotta it's a lot. Being high maintenance is a full-time job. You need you need a day off for it. So I was just like, you guys can. I literally was like, you can work if you want, but like. I'm not. So
I got shit to do.
Do you know how hard it is to get the appointments on the same day so you don't have to go back the next day? Like,
oh, I'm sure. I'm proud of you for finding a way to get it done. Go
just
you.
do it on a holiday that I don't celebrate. So there you go.
There you go. All right. We are the New York Sports Show about nothing and everything at the same time.
Clearly, we have shown that tonight.
We went on a 30-minute tangent about the Catholic Church, positively, or negatively, whatever way you spin it. Please check us out at TNL_NYS on Instagram. Of course, Thunder and Lightning, NY Sports on YouTube. And of course, as always, on that sports network. Thank you for checking us out. And please like and subscribe. Until next week, we're probably going to record on Thursday because of Easter and WrestleMania. And we will figure out what is our draft scheduling when we talk to you guys next time. Until then, I'm Danny. And of course, Nikki. Have a great night.
Bye.
Good. Peace, guys.